everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, April 27, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. What we believe to be true moves through the lens of our minds as living energy and becomes the reality of our lives. If we believe ourselves to be limited, we get to be right about that. But this is not our ultimate truth. Mary Mann and Morrissey. Very true. Very true statement. Quote. And it always goes back to within. It always goes back to comprehending who and what you are. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I mean, you can go off in this direction, go off in that direction, have a plethora of directions. But when it all boils down, it is knowing oneself. And if you don't know yourself, how in the heck are you going to know anyone else? It gets miscombobulated, confusing. It gets mucked up. But we don't know that. See, the majority of us do not know that. We don't know that that's the ultimate part on this planet, is knowing oneself completely, deeply, eternally. Now, why isn't it that the majority aren't that way? Because they don't know. They just don't have the awareness or clarity or even comprehension to go there. It's safer for many to look at it from the physical material direction. You know, you have a body, you have a life, you do things, you have things, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. And you even though you aren't, you master, or you actually you manifest things all along the way. You're laying out your life as you go. You're creating it. Now, we've been taught through many different religions that there's this almighty powerful God outside of us that directs everything. And the interesting part is that we are the God. And we are the collective consciousness. We are the pure consciousness, which is creator. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever is us. Who and what we are in these bodies. And we create it all. And we create it all why? Well, number one, we can. And it is just like a carpenter makes wooden things, cabinets and all kinds of tables, and then really enjoys it. We are creators, and whether we know it or not, it's a joy for us to create. Life expanding and growing and prospering, abundance undulating and moving nonstop. I mean, it's a continual process. But this civilization's only seeing one spectrum of light with it. And so that one spectrum of light, yeah, it's wonderful, and it's beautiful and everything, and it's you, but it isn't the full light. Because a lot of that full light's buried. Well, why is it buried? Well, because of what we believe, because of the things that we're told, because of the things that we research, because of the things that we study, because of the things that we get educated about. It's, all across the board. And we develop these shields. We build shields up. Okay? They're illusionary, but we call them shields. And the shields, to us, are protection. They protect us from being harmed and hurt. And all of us will eventually drop those shields. The secret to feeling our abundant nature, which it is, our natural state of being is abundance. It isn't something that you get. It's something that you are. And what we do is once we kind of figure that out, we begin to remove the walls blocking us from it. And how does that work? See, everything circles around this on this planet. That's why it's been discussed for so many lifetimes. It's the total package: abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy. Wealth covers many avenues, not just money. Abundance the same way. And most of us don't know it. It's our natural state of being. It's not something that we go and achieve or we acquire. It's our natural state of being. It's what we attract to ourselves. It's what our thoughts dictate to us, and they're just thoughts. They have no power. Doesn't matter what thought comes in. As long as you don't embrace it, you don't pick it up, and you don't put energy into it, it just passes by. And you remind yourself, this is just a thought. It has no teeth unless I want to give it teeth. And it just passes by. And we get thousands of those a day. Thousands of them. And they're not ours. And I've said this before. Our thoughts are when you send something out and you're aware of sending it out. And obviously we send out these little thoughts all the time that we don't really, because they're so quick, we send them out. And a lot of things are manifested that we aren't aware of just by these little tiny thoughts that we send out. But when we really want to focus on something, and we're in the now, like right now, you're in a comfortable position, you don't have any outside interference, you're relaxed into your body, you're still as a statue, and you're focused on your breath rising and falling. What is that? It's silence, is what it is. Complete silence. That's where our God is, in the silence. And you begin to comprehend is that, wow, ego mind, there's no way you're going to find a God. That's very true. You will not ever find the God in ego mind. Because it doesn't care to have you discover who and what you are. And these walls that we put up, we all put them up. Doesn't matter. It's great when you start recognizing that. And these walls are shields protecting your heart from getting hurt, conned, deceived, or abandoned again. See? Now, remove any shielding around your heart and imagine tossing it into a great bonfire. Let your armor melt away. If the shielding feels like it is still there or coming back, simply invite the fire inside of you to consume your heart and any walls it has. Breathe deeply and physically open your arms wide, inviting this fiery purification to remove all defenses from your life. When you feel that all shields are removed with several deep breaths, imagine pulling everything in the entire universe into your heart. All creation is pouring into your heart. The stars, planets, earth, and all beings. Feel how truly abundant life really is. And this is why, one of the mantras that is very powerful is you say it, I'm an omnipotently powerful, supreme, manifesting, abundant being that never dies. You're proclaiming that you are an abundant being. And one of the best ways to remain in the flow of abundance is to practice knowing that you are an abundant, infinite being that will never die. And since abundance is a flow of highly charged, positive, infinite energy, the more you open up, feel this energy and share it with others. The more you will naturally feel this abundance inside yourself. In the past, you may have partially closed the door to feeling this abundance due to past conditioning or scarcity thinking. To truly break this old programming, for about 5 minutes a day, imagine opening your attention to all that surrounds you. Tune into the abundance of things, nature, people on this planet who are creating everything for you. They are giving you food, water, and all the pleasures that come with living in society. Feel this abundance of support around you now, letting it touch your very core. Let it in the abundance of joy, pleasure, opportunities, and laughter into your heart. You are already deeply and eternally loved and will always be deeply, eternally loved by the abundance of this universe. Consciously open the door now. Proclaim the truth to the universe by stating, I am truly an abundant being. Shout this message out over and over, internally and externally, until you feel that it has penetrated deeply into your soul. Sometimes repetitive is super powerful. Then you become a channel of love for others. You can instantly become a channel for the highest vibration in this universe, love. And remember, love it's one label. It's a label, okay? And then you have authenticity, which is part of that love. It's the highest vibrational frequency. You can label it, you can name it, but it's all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And by gifting your time spontaneously to someone who needs it, what happens? What do you think happens? Give a hug to someone lacking love. Oh, I can't hug. They'll think I'm doing something weird. You see how this works on this planet? Oh, no, if I hug them, they'll think I'm making a pass at them. You see how fractured things have become? Give a hug to someone lacking love. Share new inspirational ideas with others. Email someone this inspiring information. Give presents to people just for fun. They don't have to cost an arm and a leg either. And share something beautiful you have created, like music or poetry. You'll spontaneously feel better when you reconnect with this joy of giving freely. Just imagine what our world will be and feel like when everybody feels that there is an abundance of love, money, energy, and joy to share freely. Be the first to start the trend. All greed, fear, and lack will be eliminated when we all we share freely. From this truly abundant state, it will be absolutely not possible to feel poor at the end of the day, having given your love and light away. This is when I talk about the transformation of the civilization, this species on planet Earth, will affect the planet in a high vibrational frequency way, and will affect everything and everyone on it in a high vibrational frequency way. See, the buck stops with us. I mean, for goodness sakes, we are the creators. We are the builders, the developers. And unfortunately, many of us don't know who we are, or what we are because we've become so seduced by the material physical world as gods in these bodies. So we spend lifetime after lifetime going over similar things and not realizing who and what we are. And this is why this planet, because believe you me, we've been incarnating on this planet for a very long time. Thousands and thousands and thousands of lifetimes. But you'll notice that it's similar frequency over and over again. It doesn't move up much at all until now. And this is why we've been stuck in this kind of a catch-22 conundrum where we can't get off the merry-go-round and we keep incarnating. Because we keep saying, well, we're going to figure out who and what we are. So 100,000 years, 600,000 years, 1 million years, 2 million years, even goes by, and we still haven't. You see? Now, some people, one might call progression. Well, that's just the way of things. It's progression. It isn't the way of things. It is how we interpret and how we project and what we perceive and how we view ourselves without judging. It's a whole different ballgame. And you know, everybody talks about random acts of kindness every day, right? Now you ask, are there people in this country that do that every day? Oh, absolutely. You just don't know about it. You don't see it. Okay? Why? Well, because the controllers that have been in charge so long on this planet, they want us to see what? Misery, disheartening things, upsetting, emotionally distraught things that we experience. That's what they want us to be mired in. So, when you do something kind, super nice for someone, anyone, every day of the week, this one thing will cause you to step into being that bright guiding light of abundance being that you are. Perhaps it's sending someone a $5 bill, helping the elderly lady cross the street, you know, paying someone else's toll, or mowing your neighbor's lawn. How often do we see that? Really? You want to, as observers and watchers, you want to look at that, but carefully so that you don't fall into ego mind and the judgment game, right? Ridicule, judgment. Where, now you imagine this, okay? You got a neighbor, and you kind of know each other, you know, you've had get-togethers and stuff. Now, you've mowed your lawn many times. Neighbor mows their lawn. One day you say, hey, Alan, you know, I'm mowing my lawn. I thought I might mow yours. So Alan goes, wow, that's... Now, Alan's ego mind is saying, what's the catch here? He's never offered to mow my lawn before. What's he up to? You see? See, that's how the ego mind works. Hard-mindedness is saying, oh, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'd be deeply grateful for that. See, this is where we end up getting blocked. We block ourselves. And when we do randomly, endless ways to share this kindness inside of us, each one will reveal this feeling of abundance inside. And you'll soon see how easy it is to become a channel of abundance in your life. Because like I've shared, we affect others. We affect them. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. So you help somebody. Now, it isn't ego-minded help where, well, if I help them, what am I going to get out of it? What's in it for me? Okay? What is it? What's in it for me? And if there isn't anything in it for you, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to help. Isn't that crazy? We're here to help each other. You imagine what would happen if we all helped each other? Genuinely? No ulterior motives? Because we wanted to? That comes out at times. We've seen it in our country where, and across the planet, a storm comes in, devastates people's homes and stuff, floods, and you get neighbors and everything come together to help each other. But that's only then, see, during those times. What about when everything is pretty balanced nature-wise? Okay? What do we do then? And I've shared this many times, that gratitude is the golden key to swimming in the grand, abundant river of life. Now, people, you can have all kinds of challenges and all kinds of things that you've created in your life that confront you and everything. But I'm telling you, to genuinely move into gratitude is truly the golden key to swimming in the grand, abundant river of life. And when we start becoming a gratitudeaholic, we become a channel of abundant, flowing feelings for ourselves and everyone around us. I mean, you could take 3 minutes each morning, the moment you wake up, focus on the feelings of gratitude. What amazing things are you thankful for? Let a wellspring of thankfulness, relief, and joy to flow all over your body and inside you. Practice mastering gratitude this week. You do it. See, what happens is it's not something that you do on occasion. Yeah, you know, something happens and you're very grateful. Something happens and you're very grateful, right? But I'm talking about being in a state of gratitude 24/7. Genuinely. Not forcibly, I've got to be genuine. You know, I got to be in gratitude. Where you look forward to it. And the biggest thing is that you believe it. You believe it. If you're going to master something, it would be gratitude. And it is our natural state of being. There's a lot of things that we are, as the gods that we are, is a natural state of being. Now, is it with the body a natural state of being? Well, it depends on what you've been taught. Okay. If you've been taught that there is a man with white hair and a beard, with a lightning bolt sitting up in the clouds, watching you, that if you don't do right things, you'll be punished. Okay? You'll notice that everything that we've been taught for the majority is that everything is outside of us. So we must go seek that which is. So we go seek it. Most of us go seek it. Whatever it may be. Deep eternal love. It could go on and on. Wealth and abundance, prosperity, happiness. I mean, across the board. So we believe, and because we've been taught that way, you got to go out and you got to seek it, get it, go get it, and do it. When we are already it. Isn't that amazing? Well, we're already it. Period. When you become, see, these are all vehicles, instruments, tools for us. Especially when we're incarnated in this life, these lives on this planet with amnesia, not knowing who and what we really are, or where we came from, or anything. I'm talking about the God. And we come to the planet, and let's say we begin to discover things about ourselves that we truly comprehend as a natural state of being. Happiness, joy, bliss, prosperity, abundance is a natural state of being for everyone on this planet. That's why you'll hear me say, everybody deserves the best of everything. That's a fact. It's not made up. Everybody on this planet deserves the best of everything. Right? Now, if you're twisted, evil, whatever, then you deserve the best of everything that is evil, twisted, and so on and so forth. I know that might sound strange, but when you view that, that's what comes out. When you're in a benevolent state, and you begin to comprehend how much you do love you and the God that you are, and how much you're in deep gratitude always, and that you move out of judgment and into love. And as Papaji quoted, stillness is the greatest achievement one can have in life. But what do? We're scurrying around everywhere, aren't we? Moving here, moving there, doing this, doing that. Got to do this, got to get that done, got to do this. Oh boy, this has got to be done. Obviously, excuse me, there's things that we tend to, okay? I'm just talking about the fluff stuff that we don't need to pay any attention to. We're so self-absorbed in doing what? Well, taking care of this, taking care of that, doing this, doing this, doing that. We're so preoccupied in the physical material world that we very rarely spend any time with ourselves, going within, embracing the God that we are, comprehending who and what we are. I mean, it is quite wild when you give it attention and you begin to realize and say, wow, this is a different it's a different breed of cat. And aren't we here, ask yourself, aren't we here, aren't you here to enjoy life? That's why we created it. Yeah, we learn, we experience. But it doesn't need to be so catastrophic that it is damaging. Okay, we go overboard. We create our lives, but we don't know we created lives. We take thoughts randomly, and we give them energy, and those thoughts become power. They become part of our reality in this material physical life, which is all an illusion. And when to transcend something, it helps to better comprehend it. So what really causes, I'll guarantee you right now in this very moment, in this very now on this planet, there are billions of people that are overwhelmed. In different variances and degrees, overwhelmed. It first originates from those deeper beliefs that say that we should or shouldn't be experiencing something. You ever done that? You ever said that to yourself? I shouldn't be experiencing this right now. Why am I experiencing this? You ever said that? Or something similar? And either we should or we shouldn't be experiencing something, and we judge the experience that we are having. We judge it. Yeah, sure. And this feeling of being overwhelmed can often contain this internalized time pressure from deadlines that what? That you have placed on yourself. Nobody else. This means you choose to have too much to do in too little time. You choose that. This is all about over-promising to ourselves and under-delivering. When you continue buying into all the things your mind says you have to do and how everything must be done as soon as possible, happiness can seem like an impossible dream. Now, when you believe in all the ideas that your mind is constantly spinning around you like a spider web, you will begin to feel trapped in your life. There's so many people that have said that they feel trapped in their lives. Now, some people feel so trapped at times that they will end their lives prematurely. See, thoughts are harmless in themselves. It is when you latch on to your thoughts like a life preserver and believe that they are the true reality of your existence, that suffering is created in your world. If and when you are constantly chasing the illusions of your mind, you will simply end up tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. The mind has been programmed to endlessly search, seek, and pillage to find happiness, fulfillment, and abundance in the outer world. And this constant search will never satisfy you. Never, ever. Never. And can only bring exhaustion. This is the perfect experience, so you will retire the mind and discover the infinite spiritual source of your being. And the only way any of us will truly find that happiness and fulfillment our mind so desperately seeks is to recognize that the God source is always here now. And when you connect with that peaceful stillness that is who you truly are, you automatically feel a deep sense of fulfillment. This is when you will naturally relax, see the futility of striving so hard for outer contentment. It's futile to strive so hard for outer contentment. Imagine what it would be like to fully relax in this moment and stop worrying so much about achieving something in the next moment. Simply choose to allow your mind and physical body to completely relax, just like we're doing this meditation. If and when you truly know that the now moment is perfect and focus simply on what you are doing in each second instead of the future, you will naturally start to relax. It is impossible to feel overwhelmed when you are completely present to the now and see the perfection of the now moment, because overwhelm is a feeling generated by future thoughts. So if you start to feel overwhelmed by your life, simply stop and begin to practice the fine art of trusting the perfection of each moment as it arises. Joining the meditation, I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Before we can dive into what enlightenment is, we need to first point out what it's not. Enlightenment is not about arriving at a higher conscious place, because you finally did all that grueling, deep healing work on yourself, and now you're finally perfectly perfect. Nope. That's a ridiculous, egotistical task. Far too much effort for the masses. Enlightenment is also not about escaping from your humanity. It's not denying your anger, sadness, or fears. It's not about rising above life's mess and chaos, nor avoiding what is hiding inside your shadows. We don't get a spiritual hall pass for avoiding pain, fear, or confusion. And this universe isn't handing out gold stars for trying to become more spiritual or pretending you're super holy. It's also not about building up your siddhi superpowers. And siddhi means that you, after you say so many million mantras with a mala, which the mala came before the rosary, after I believe it's 3 million mantras, you are given the title of siddhi. But it's also not about building up your siddhi superpowers and finally receiving the great cosmic yes of approval. It's far simpler and more effortless than anything you've ever imagined. It's an absolute surrender to the rawness and realness of this life, letting everything be exactly as it is. It's meeting your chaos with eyes wide open, remaining present and centered, right in the thick of it. And when you can meet your demons face to face and recognize that they are your deepest teachers, you've taken that first step to realizing that enlightenment can be quite fun. It starts to reveal itself. As you dissolve every illusion and attachment to who you think you are, you welcome the unknown, knowing that you are not definable. Because the freedom you seek is already right here. It whispers through your heart, waiting for you to listen. And the more you desire freedom, the more you're communicating to this universe that you're not yet free. All desires and past imprinted patterns happening through you. Even when you look into their roots, you'll see they are not even your desires. They are inherited. They are like mirages on the road to liberation. They promise fulfillment, yet keep you running, thirsty, chasing what is already within. Freedom begins when you dare to pause, to step off your treadmill of wanting, and recognize the silent infinite being who is beyond craving. True happiness is not about getting everything your ego desires. It's about surrendering to deep peace, where nothing is needed at all. Wealth, status, success, they are all fleeting, transient experiences. Real freedom is unshaken by any gains or losses. Observe the part of you that clings, the childlike grasping of the ego. See it, accept it, but do not let it own you. The greatest joy in this life is not found in getting, but in letting go. Let go of all your striving, seeking, and everything to become rich, loved, liberated, and healed this week. Use your energy to discover the infinite spiritual light that is already always pulsing in your innermost being. Remember, this light is ever bright, ever shining, and is always radiating. Enjoy your journey home. Attachment or attainment is hard, or self-realization is far from me, or I have to overcome many difficulties to know reality. No reality should be given up, as they are obstacles and are created by this false self-ego, they are untrue. Do not doubt that you are the reality. Live in that understanding. Never question it by deferring your realization of it to come to some future time. It is because people are victimized and hypnotized by such false thoughts that the Gita says that few out of millions realize the self. Ramana Maharishi. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night, following morning. We will return here Monday, April 28, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, being the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you. I'm heading over to PAO.com. The link to register is on our homepage under the Time for Change calls. I do a webinar for them on occasion to help them. It's one of those things where you help others. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in